This is me, Hugo. I'm with Harry. Hi.
Hello there, I'm Harry, and I'm with Hugo in FACEIT Studios.
Yeah, as I just said, just repeating it. He's basically my clone, just copies what I said. But
yeah,
obviously,
worse.
But worse, yeah. With better hair.
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, no, so we just saw Preparation versus Flipside, and Preparation, they got destroyed on map number 1.
Yeah.
And we're actually moving into map number 2 very shortly, aren't we? Which is going to be Cobblestone, I believe, is the map of the hour.
And that's Preparation's map pick, so their attempt to at least try and bring things back. I don't see it happening, but you got to be hopeful sometimes. You got to hope some team can do well. And obviously, while it may not be realistic, we are going to watch it regardless. And of course, caster here, this is going to be the ECS Dev League Season 2, and we will be going to the pistol round right about now. So let's just jump right in for this one, and eventually. There we go. Obviously, Flipside taking that knife round, going to be going for the CT side on Cobble, and we will see the first round come into play here. If the sound can come on. There we go. Oh, there is sound. This is no footsteps because GoTV is just abysmal. But welcome, everyone. This is going to be the second map of this best of 2. We're going to be here all night for you, casting all the ECS matches. And of course, it will be a very, very fun evening. Flipside, though, going for the buy. They're going to be on the 4 armor buy. We've got, of course, his kit on Blade, an aggressive position put up from Electronic as he pushes all the way up towards B long. And Preparation, they're going to start to file out as we have only Electronic and Markelov over towards B holding on. Flipside, they've gone for the AAA stack, and it may not be the right call here as we see Preparation just charging to B, going for drop down. They're going to be splitting in towards EA site here through Connector, and this may be good. The setup from Flipside not going to be allowed to deny this. And Patron, he's going to push out with mid. Will spot out WorldEdit, getting a kill as well. And this lone Flipside player over towards EA site also getting finished off. wayLander getting taken down there from FaceCrack, and the bomb making its way towards the site. Preparation with a good T-side setup on Cobble so far, and it seems that their pistol round is already going massively in their favour as the 3 Flipside players come in for this retake.
Yeah, make that 2 is jmqa's able to find 1. Electronic, though, he finds 2 huge frags, puts it into this 2-on-2 retake scenario now, and while bomb's been ticking away for quite some time, they want to try to get out onto the site relatively quickly. Ubeek's playing the close angle, he gets taken down, and then Blade finds the frag on jmqa as well over towards long. And ultimately, that's going to be the defuse coming in for Flipside. It looked so promising there for Preparation, and then they fell at the last hurdle. Flipside come in with a tremendous retake. The kills, of course, from Electronic just proving huge into that. And ultimately, it's going to allow them to secure that first round on the board, and they should be able to convert at least one other round out of this to take it to 2-0.
Yeah, not sure how that happened, but it did. And of course, Preparation, as we saw, going to be investing, as we can see, sorry, going to be investing into this one. Not fully, but they've still gone for the buy. Patron going to be saving up for the AWP. Rest of them just on the Tech 9 and armor as well. And they will be heading over towards middle, it seems. Blade going to be the lone man to hold down the line with the UMP. Nade goes out, it could be perfect timing, but he backs away, that's going to be horrible. And now they're going to just charge out into his view, but he only gets 1. Damage as well goes on to jmqa, but jmqa finds a kill. Got to be putting it back into a 4-on-4 here, as we do see the lone A defender. That is going to be WorldEdit again, trying to get off a couple of pot shots. Does land 1, bit of damage as well, but this rotation from Markelov in towards the site, he's going to be able to stop this bomb plant as if it attempts to go down here. FaceCrack, he's going to be deep on the site, and Markelov is wrapping round, drops the bomb, and Arch going to be spotted out as well. He does get a kill for his troubles, trying to follow up on Electronic, but we've seen what Electronic can do, but he's not going to be able to. wayLander instead gets the frag, and Flipside, they take a second round on the board, but a very costly one for them indeed.
Yeah, I mean, you know what crime scenes, they have the white outlines around a person? That is what just happened there with Arch with the UMP. He basically painted one of them around Electronic as he got out of there. And yeah, I mean, it is going to go 2-0. Preparation going in for another force buy very early on. Lots of aggression here for them on the T side. And, it's fairly interesting. We saw them do this previously, and now they're looking to do it again. I mean, once again, force buying after this round. 2 Tech 9s, 2 Galils, and then an AK on Patron. It's going to be interesting to see if they can make this one work, as we have still got 2 SMGs on WorldEdit and wayLander, but the rest of Flipside have decided to go ahead and upgrade to start this off. Flipside, I'm going to have those 3 players in towards B, 2 up towards A, and well, they're going to be rotating in WorldEdit very early on, and that could be to their disadvantages. 4 players in Preparation slowly but surely making their way in over towards mid, looking like they might potentially be heading in towards A.
And I love the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but it seems like Preparation don't realise that their force buys are broke and they really do need to fix it, because this force, again, I just don't like it. They keep doing it here on the T side in early rounds as well. And it's not upsetting Flipside, because the thing is, these kind of forces work great when the CTs pick up a lot of SMGs, and they're not going to be as well equipped up against these rifles. But Flipside, they're not the team to do that. They buy up these rifles, a couple of SMGs, of course, but the UMP and the MP9 are definitely usable against these buying players. And still, we are going to see Preparation push out towards A. They are a man down on the push, but still able to equalise it as jmqa. He refrags onto WorldEdit. Blade's going to be over towards the site to do some damage as he starts to see this push come in. Patron just waiting and biding his time as he joins up with Arch. And finally, Blade going to be going for the peak, dropping the bomb as well. Bit of support from Balcony, but he will get taken down. Blade follows up with a second as well, and Ubik, he's going to be spotting out. Oh, sorry, that's jmqa all the way up towards the edge of wood again, just waiting for this peak. And with 25 seconds left, we have to see Preparation hurry up and get on towards his site, but Ubik is extremely tagged up.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of HP to go into this round. Blade as well in a very good position as wayLander and him have a nice crossfire set up, and he's going to deny them getting anywhere near the site. They can't even get a sniff at it, and well, Ubik trying to do what he can, gets taken out of 3 HP, still got Blade and wayLander to try and contest to it, and in the end, the crossfire just proves to be too strong, and Flipside secure themselves a 3rd round. Now, Preparation might consider some money management courses here. Are they going to buy on up, or are they just going to opt to finally eco, as the scoreline's going to go 3-1.
We're
into round number 4, and Arch is actually just going to force by the looks of it on his own, as I don't even... Yeah, I mean, you know, tilt could be the word you'd use here, potentially. Hugo has his head in his hands right now. He's literally his face palm next to me.
It's fine. They didn't go for the full investment. I thought when I saw Arch buy up,
they were going to... That's even worse. That's arguably even worse.
No,
only 3 of them have.
Nah, because it means... No, because it means Arch's invested 1,500. They've invested a little bit less. Only, I think it's just 900. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 900 on Ubik and jmqa as well, so not too much. And of course, if they get a bomb plant this round, they're going to have a lot of utility and economy for the next round. But still, I don't like it, and I hope it will stop, because I'm getting scared. Hug me, Harry.
I can't. We're bound by these chains.
Yeah, these mics are getting in the way, and we don't want any more ruffling going on.
Yeah, no, most certainly not. But they did manage to give themselves a 1-man advantage early on. FaceCrack finds himself a frag, and it's going to go 4-on-5 as they make their way slowly but surely over towards A. They leave FaceCrack over towards B to try and make a little bit of a ruckus, try and make a little bit of noise to prevent those players from rotating off. And well, it's not really worked out, as 2 guys over towards A, guys over towards B as well, playing it in positions where they can rotate fairly quickly. It's going to be Markelov, the one to do that. And well, Blade, you know, it's going to be hard for you to have much of an impact in this round when you're missing ahead. wayLander, though, trying to compensate for that, finds 1 frag on a FaceCrack, makes it... He looks to make it 2 as he finds 1 onto Arch as well. Markelov comes in huge, finds 2 frags of his own, and now in the blink of an eye, it's all on Patron, and he just can't contest with Markelov today, who is on fire. They're going to take it to 4-0 now as they mop up the remaining members of Preparation there to close that one out.
Pistols are so broken. Oh my god. Anyway, 4-0 here for Flipside. We do see Preparation finally going for that buy, and it's not a force in this situation. They do have the rifles to work with and the utility as well. No AWP on Patron, but it's not going to be too much of an issue. We are on Cobble. It's not an extremely AWP heavy map on the T side. While it is useful, it's not going to be the downfall of them, and they can still have plenty of use with rifles. WorldEdit keeping this SMG to farm some money so he can go for the AWP later in the game as well. And even if Flipside lose this round, they should be able to go for the buy up as well, not losing many players on the CT side of rounds, of course. So this is where we are going to see Preparation attempt to at least pick up their first round, and their attempt is going to be stopped at least by Flipside. And they are going to be using a lot of utility very early on here on this CT side. A bit of aggression over towards mid here from the Ts. We're going to be seeing the bomb as well, so maybe hindering towards a slight mid take. Blade's going to be a little bit back up on the stairs, waiting for this original peak to come through, and WorldEdit just checking over towards long as well. Arch may walk into this one. He'll spot him out. Nade goes out as well, and he may be able to push in with this SMG here. Just backing off instead as a Matrix push comes out from Preparation, and they do have the Molotovs to hold down this push and keep them out for a few more seconds.
Yeah, the utility right now for Flipside just working incredibly well to their advantage. They've been able to slow down every single push so far, so that Preparation are left with so little time and so little choice in the matter that they have to just all-out commit to a site. And well, this round looks to be no different. The Molotov there denies any sort of presence over towards A, and as a result, you can already see that bomb rotating back over towards B. 40 seconds left. I mean, it has to be B here, and you know, even if they find a pick with a pick with I believe that's Arch all the way over towards the A site, it's not going to yield them anything. I mean, they might be able to rotate a player kind of halfway off of B, but it's not going to be too much in the grand scheme of things. Arch is actually going to go down, and now they have to keep all these players in towards B. Electronics playing it very aggressively on towards the stairs. By platform, he gets taken down by jmqa. wayLander trying to go huge. It's going to be able to find 1. Gets traded into nicely there by FaceCrack. Puts it into a 3-on-3. Markelov going aggressively here. Up through short. Finds 1 frag onto Ubik. And while jmqa looks to equalize things out, puts it back into a 2-on-2 as he takes down WorldEdit. Goes for the spray on a Markelov, but he's dodging them bullets like he's in the Matrix, and he's still up and fighting. It's all going to be on FaceCrack versus Markelov. 1 versus 1. The clash of the giants here is Markelov is going to come out on top, and they secure themselves a 5th round on the board now. 5-0 is the scoreline, and Flipside looking, once again, almost unstoppable in the early stages.
Yeah, nothing given up from them there. Of course, Markelov only just making it out alive, but it seems like regardless whether Flipside lose one player or four, they still take the rounds in preparation, struggling once again. Luckily, they will have the bomb down, so able to go for this investment here. They're going to be going for the buy. We've got 4 AKs, a Tech 9 on Ubik. Could have at least gone for a rifle if he dropped one of his flashes and his Tech 9, but whatever, who am I to judge here? And Flipside, they are going to finally have that AWP up on WorldEdit, obviously farming up a lot of money with the SMGs in the early rounds, and then he's finally going to be going for this rifle. So this is where things get even more difficult for preparation. Of course, they were already, so can't have too much hope for them. And they will be going over towards mid. WorldEdit going to be the lone defender here. He does have a bit of support from Blade as well, over towards the doors, but WorldEdit, he will be taking that initial fight if we see this push come out from preparation. It seems like jmqa, he wants to go in. The flash comes in over the top of the door. WorldEdit have to back off. Full blind there as we see this original push come in from the T's, and WorldEdit could be holding the line, takes them first, but instant trade from Arch, so nothing here from Flipside so far, and preparation finding that 4v4 is going to favour them as they try and take site control. Bomb going down as well, and jmqa just going to be allowing Blade to push in through the balcony, but still takes him down in the meantime. wayLander popping in through the smoke gets dropped as well, and jmqa taking 2 so far this round. FaceCrack follows up, and it's all going to be on electronic here over towards the door. He's tagged up heavily, down to 8 HP, and this flank from jmqa, it may just be the nail in the coffin. And Harry, are we going to see a knife kill?
Be ready with the bell, Hugo. Oh, it's going in, and there it is. That's it. Ding, ding, ding. We have ourselves a winner. Preparation, they take their first round on the board, 5-1 currently. And, you know, this could be a turning point for them right now. And potentially, they're having a little bit more fun with it. As well as that, jmqa got his first taste of a frag in what seems like ages, and now he's addicted once again. So, you know, he's actually come in fragging and around 3 kills to him. And, you know, very much the MVP there for preparation. Finds a knife frag at the end. It's going to yield him a lot of money to use up into these next round. And that's something that preparation like. They like to have money in the bank, as is very evident with their rather raunchy force buy strategies. But they'll be making their way in towards that B site slowly but surely. 3 players here to try and hold this one back for Flipside. All on pistols, however.
Yep, and here will come the push. Here, Ubik, he's going to be just setting up the flashes as well with his teams. Lots of smokes going over. Electronic going to be close as well as Markelov there with the pistol. He's going to have a bit of armor to support, but he just gets sprayed down. Does get 1 kill on the Patron, but the jump through the smoke from Electronic does only get 1. wayLander and Electronic both go down towards B, and now 2 players remain here for Flipside as preparation. They take complete site control. WorldEdit is still very pushed up here, and they haven't cleared him out. The smoke's just going to allow him the freedom of movement. He just peeks in through the smoke, takes down FaceCrack, does get traded, but he's done his damage, and Blade, bit of potential to drop 1 player there, but completely whiffs the shot. And you were talking about that white outline as someone dies. It seems like he just did the same there as Flipside. They are going to go down another round. Preparation 2-5 here, and we will see 1 more eco coming out from the Ukrainians.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're only buying up a few pistols here and there to try and do some damage into this round. Markelov actually being the MVP for Flipside, currently 10 frags to his name with a 2-0 KD on his side. And while preparation, they find themselves in a fairly good light right now. They've got rifles across the board with the exception of Patron and a lot of utility to work with here. That's going to work out as they make their way in towards this B site. Flipside once again relegated onto these pistols. jmqa goes very aggressive, couldn't actually see anything, and that's going to allow Electronic to pick up 2 frags. Arch is going to be there to try and equalize things out. He finds one on a Markelov, puts it into a 4-on-3. Going to turn it into a 3-on-3, make that a 3-on-2 as he finds 3 huge frags there out onto the site. That's a 3k to his name. And now it's all going to fall on a WorldEdit and Blade. And what looked so good for Flipside has quickly become their worst nightmare here. Blade's going to fall as well as Ubik finds him. And now it's all on WorldEdit. 1 versus 3. PT50 in hand. He's able to find 1 frag on a Patron. But he's still got to worry about Arch, who completes the 4k to take preparation through to 3 rounds to 5.
Yep, only anti-eco frags, but impressive nonetheless, of course, and preparation just keeping the dream real here for this T side. We obviously have the AWPs back on Flipside though, and Patron, is he going to be picking that up here for the teaser? Yet to see. But of course, Markelov and WorldEdit taking them for the CT side, so finally we do have the double AWP in play for the flip side, and of course, Patron going to be taking the AWP here on T. So we've got a nice mix-up of rifles, of course, and we are going to be seeing a bit of B control once again from preparation. There's 1 alone player over towards A. That's going to be Archers. The rest of preparation, they just set up outside of B here, waiting for a bit of CT aggression, just establishing their default early on in the round. On flip side, they are going to be only playing a 2-3 setup here. We've got WorldEdit and Blade over towards the A site, and of course the triple stack over towards B. Very typical setup, and not too much connect control as well as Blade. He pushes up towards Matrix to hold down middle.
Yeah, WorldEdit over towards long could be a bit of a linchpin here for Flipside. He's in a very aggressive position, and something we see him do again and again is play phenomenally well from these aggressive stances. Markelov as well in towards B, has an AWP in his hands, and that's a very deadly prospect here for preparation as they try to choose which site to head out on towards. Either way, they're going to be meeting a very competent AWP. Flash isn't going to be meeting WorldEdit just yet. It's going to land to pick up one frag on a Patron and actually opt off the throw one instead of trying to get the Molotov to do it. And he's going to get 2 frags off the back of that. 3 to 5 now as they try to make their way out mid. Electronic rotates on through, finds one on a UB. Can facecrack there to get the return, but it's only going to go 2 on 4 right now. 2 rounds between these two teams, and while jmqa trying to make his way in towards B, it's going to be met by Markelov, who's got himself an AWP as well. All going to be on facecrack here to try and make a difference. And well, wayLander in towards drop down, finds the frag with the M4, and they take it, only losing 1 player.
Yep, nothing too special here from Flipside, just giving it back into the face of preparation and taking their own round, of course, as we see the buyout come from preparation. They've not got the AWP this time, but they've still got the rifles to work with them, full rifles for that matter. Plenty of utility as well, but of course they need to hurry up and get some bomb plants, maybe some more round wins, keep it alive, keep Flipside's money low if they want to force into some ecos to allow them to pick up some easy peasy rounds, but again, we are very early days here in the map. Only 10 rounds in, of course, and we will see a bit of a flash or maybe a setup over towards a drop down as these players start to push in. Initial push coming in, but wayLander holds down the line, takes one and drops out in towards connector, so that's not going to allow the trade coming out from preparation. He does a lot of damage onto Ubik as well, who's also tagged up in drop down, so it's still dangerous territory for preparation, and Electronic will make it even worse. Takes down Ubik, and a 5 vs 3 is going to commence here, favouring Flipside quite massively into this 10th round.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, look at the positioning they've been able to grab as well. Blade down in mid. He's got a lot of information as to whether or not it's going to be A. He's going to look to go more aggressive as well, and you might be able to land the information here that they are making their way in towards B. Electronic goes aggressive on towards platform. He's going to be playing in the cubby here, and while that could be at the detriment of preparation unless they check these angles properly, and they're fast running out of time. Angles and whatnot might be something that skip their minds as they make their way out onto the site here. Arch lining up his smokes, and that's going to, of course, signal the take out on towards B. Molotov's going to flush Electronic out of position, and they're going to take him down. Now it's only going to be a one-man disadvantage. They're going to make their way out towards that B site. Find one on a Markelov as well. jmqa manages to find that frag.
Oh my God.
Going to run out past these players. How does he spot them? He shoots his own teammate. He can find the, the head of Arch, I believe, or Ubik. But he can't find the enemies. Now it's all going to be on Blade. 1 versus 2 coming in from behind. Nearly picks up that frag onto Patron, but it's not enough. And he's going to manage to get out there unscathed. 1 versus 2, and Blade trying to come in for the retake.
Yep, pushing in flashes as well. All of his utilities instantly exhausted there. He does have a kit to work with for this defuse, but he instantly has to turn it into a 1v1 if he wants any chance to take this round. Look at these mind games just played from Patron. He's just going to walk around the edge of the site, back and forth, and finally jmqa is going to be the one to execute him there. 4 kills, all headshots, almost a team kill as well to add to the mix, but not going to be able to. And flip side, they are going to lose out on that round. Preparation taking one on the board, and the eco coming out from the CTs here, so not much investment I can imagine. A couple of pistols, and of course the AWP save as well from WorldEdit and Markelov. As we go into the 11th round, preparation looking very decent on their money.
Yeah, and Blade getting caught playing Ring Around the Roses over towards the B site isn't really where they wanted to be. As a result, preparation, they pick up a 4th round, and as well as that, their money's starting to look a lot better here on the side of the terrorists. And as a result, they can be buying up AKs. It's a lot cheaper to buy on the T side than it is on the CT side. And comparably, in the last match, Flipside, they had a very strong economy early on. Now we're seeing that not come into effect, and as a result, it's a lot harder for them to be chaining these rounds together. Meanwhile, over on the T side, preparation, their economy is looking fairly healthy. But regardless, it is going to be a one-man advantage currently in favour of preparation, trying to make their way out on towards B. Bombs dropped fairly passively. They can rotate back and grab that whenever they need to. Markelov's gone aggressive over towards long. jmqa hasn't been able to spot him out just yet. But currently, it's not looking like they've committed too much into this B site.
But Markelov with this very aggressive position, a bit of a bait and switch from Electronic, can be peeking towards the back lines as Markelov just waits for this refrag. If Electronic gets taken down there, and jmqa can be ready to push out towards long. If preparation commit to this, they aren't just going to have to push through drop down, they have to take this long control as well, so they need to hurry up and get on the back of that. But jmqa going to be finding that first frag on towards Electronic. Markelov not able to trade because jmqa, he takes 2. Facecrack drops 1 in drop down as well, and WorldEdit, he is going to be alone as a charge comes in from preparation to take complete site control, and WorldEdit between a rock and a hard place caught over in connector. Does spot out Ubik, but the lack of armor is going to be in the aim punch will be apparent here, and another round for preparations. They almost equalise it here, 6-5, but the buy going to be coming out from Flipside to at least contest that.
Yeah, and well, producer Reese once said to me, actually, this is a little nugget of knowledge. I don't know how true this is. He he doesn't like truth, but normally whenever things get equalized, statistically you see the team that was in the lead originally win that round if it's a rifle on rifle. Don't know how true that is, but let's see if it comes into effect here. If preparation can equalize this out. 6-5 is the scoreline currently, and it's all to play for. It's a rifle bite for both teams. Preparation once again showing their hand early on over towards B, leaving the bomb there to play things nice and passively. wayLander is going to be the player in drop, potentially able to spot one out onto facecrack as he peeks it. but not going to do so just yet. We have got 2 players as well over towards long, playing these lurk rolls. If they can find an early frag onto WorldEdit, then I'm sure we'd see that bomb going for a fast rotate on towards A, but currently Preparation are just playing this fairly standardly, going for these picks early on and waiting for Flipside to make a mistake.
WorldEdit waiting for this initial push from Arch. He may be getting up over towards long. Patron as well supporting, and a flash going to be going out. WorldEdit has to back off on that one. Follows up with an HE, going to be peeking. They know exactly where he is now, and he goes for that fight. Takes one, but the trade coming out from Patron receives a big amount of damage in tow as well. But he's still going to get the refrag, favouring the T side here as they start to push out towards drop. We have this control from FaceCrack, and as this smoke dissipates, going to be a massive chance for him to at least get an entry. But you can see Markelov knows exactly where he is, and just going to be holding on from the tree here. And Preparation, they're yet to converge out on towards the site, which we need to see, and they will back the bomb off over towards A, and this is going to give, of course, FaceCrack a chance to at least rotate in through connector, or just distract over towards B, but Markelov not going to allow it. Sees the nades, comes out, knows that he's not ready for the fight, and drops FaceCrack there, so an advantage now for Flipside as they take the 4 versus 3. The 3 remaining players from Preparation over towards A long. Smoke's going to be set up from Patron, but with only 25 seconds left on the clock, they have to hurry up and commit towards the site. It seems like they will be just charging straight out. We have these 2 defenders here from Flipside. We have Blade down towards the lower, and of course, wayLander over on the site. They have to get some massive kills. So as we see these T's, 15 seconds left, pushing on towards the site. Blade gets one, drops the bomb. Patron as well follows up, but he goes down to wayLander, and UB going to be alone as he doesn't find that last player. Finally drops wayLander, but Markelov comes back in. No time left for the bomb plant anyway. It's down in the open, and Flipside, they will take that round 7-5. No equalization here from Prep.
Yeah, they are going to have plenty of money, however, to buy up on the side of Preparation into this round. And on Flipside, on the other hand, as a result of facing heavy casualties previously, it's not going to look too strong. The buy's going to be fairly weak, not a lot of utility. And 2 players relegated down to those lower tier rifles in the form of those 2 Famases. But it's going to be rifles across the board in the side of Preparation. They're sending 3 players once again very aggressively in towards B just to show their hand early on, try and find a couple of frags. WorldEdit, however, this time around for Flipside has gone very, very aggressive on towards long, and this is going to get them a lot of information here as to what's going on, as well as potentially an early frag into this round if he chooses to push up for it.
Yep, and of course, Preparation, bomb outside of A, couple of setups over towards B, so potential to see the same pistol strat that we saw from them, a drop down push and then splitting over towards A as they come in through connector. But we're going to see if Flipside can allow that one, obviously, as the drop down push comes in from FaceCrack. He's going to be supported as well from UB. Can wayLander going to take that first fight, but FaceCrack comes out on top of it. That's going to be the pick here for Preparation, and this gives them a chance to at least pushing towards connector to rotate over towards A, but you can see Blade coming back in position to stop that one as he rotates in towards the drop down. As the door push comes in, UB going to be leading this charge with his teammate as well. Blade caught out between a rock and a hard place, not going to be able to get that kill. And now we will see Preparation splitting towards the A site. As I predicted here, the bomb coming up towards middle, and WorldEdit, he has to step up massively if he wants to stop this push here. We'll take down the first. jmqa goes down, but the Molotov going to be flying into at least block off his position. Flash comes out from his teammate. He peeks into a second and gets a tag off onto Patron as he manages to get himself over towards the site here with the bomb. Should be going down as well as Arch. He silences another one for Flipside, and it's going to be a 2v3 as a retake comes on, but Markelov going down, and now it's all on WorldEdit. Nope. No, it's not.
Yeah, sadly that pressure was just too much to bear as he tries to carry his team on the back of his shoulders, and it's just too much of a weight, you know, for him to get into that round. 1 versus 3 at the end there just was not meant to be. But it's going to go 7-6 Preparation. They get a 6th round on the board, and now we're going to be 1 round away from the last of the half. It's going to be a fairly formidable buy on the T side. Meanwhile, the side of Flipside over on the counter-terrorists are going to be relegated down to those pistols. And while that's not where they're going to want to be, WorldEdit does buy himself a deagle, but that's really going to be it. Vanilla pistols across the board. And I'm unsure if they can really do too much into this. But let's see. We're going to be seeing a very aggressive stance from WorldEdit early on in towards long. However, Patron is ready and waiting for any sort of aggression there. Meanwhile, over towards B, UB's going to find that first frag on a wayLander. They're going to try and follow this up as FaceCrack there to back him up. Finds one on a Markelov. UB just going on through. Does get it taken down by Blade. It's going to go 3-on-4 now. They also relinquish control of connector. Arch, on the other hand, makes his way out towards platform. Finds one in electronic, and the rotate's coming on through from Blade. But there's Arch with a second on the board now. And now it's all on a WorldEdit. 1 versus 4. Once again, left in that clutch situation with the deagle in hand. And, well, it's going to go 7-7.
Yep, equalised, of course, and we will see this buy-up come up from Flipside as we go into the last round of the half. It's not going to be a full buy by any means, of course, because they do have the Mag 7. Or I guess it is a full buy, but not a best buy from them, because the Mag 7 and the UMP are going to be a little bit down here for the CT side. But Markelov, he's managed to pick up plenty of utility alongside that SMG as well. And Flipside, the 3 rifle players aren't going to be able to take any utility at all, aside from the smoke on wayLander. So, still, favouring preparation into this one, as we don't see the AWP on Flipside at all. WorldEdit, Markelov not able to pick that one up, as we do see Patron take that for preparation here. So their attempt to at least getting their foot in the door and take the advantage on this T side. Cobble being known as a map at least that can go both in the way of the CT and the T side of teams, so it just really depends on how you play on the map, not only the fact that there's an inherent advantage, because obviously B's very easy to take as a terrorist, but also CTs can easily hold down A. There's so many variables you've got to take into account, and it seems that preparation, they've had a very good job, but will they be able to convert it over towards the CT side? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Preparation just pushing up towards long here. There is Blade over in Matrix. We do have support from WorldEdit as well, with an M4 over towards long, and Blade going to be spoiling out their first player, able to take their fight, but maybe not get the kill. Still drops Ubeak, tries to follow up, but FaceCrack trades things out. 12 HP in the process, so on WorldEdit, he's going to be the only A player as we see the rotation come in from Markelov.
Yeah, he's trying to hide out on towards long. He finds that first onto Arch, and that's going to give him the one-man advantage here. As well as that, you can already tell how that's affected Patron. He's fallen back a little bit with the AWP, slowed down this aggression, tries to flush out WorldEdit with the Molotov, but is going to get taken down by Markelov there as the trade comes on through. And now it's going to go 2-on-4. jmqa making his way in towards B. Isn't going to be detected just yet as Electronic lets them pass. It's going to be finally spotted out. He finds one on a FaceCrack, but jmqa's there to trade things out. Puts it into a 1 versus 3. 20 seconds left. Not a lot of time to try and go for this. He's going to find that first on a wayLander, though, so 2 kills to his name currently. Markelov and WorldEdit are going to be able to clutch that one out, though, as WorldEdit finds the shot with the M4. It's going to go 8-7 to finish up the half, with Flipside only managed to secure themselves a 1-round advantage as we head into the second half.
Yeah, and this could be a problem, of course, for Flipside, because preparation, this is their map pick. They may have some tricks up their sleeve on the CT side, which is where we may see things slightly go in their favour, even if they pick up the pistol round here. So let's just see how it pans out. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves or make any kind of really bold predictions. But all I'm going to say really is it's definitely not over for either side. Both these teams have potential to pick up the map, and it is going to depend very heavily on the pistol here, as this very equal scoreline is going to be coming into play.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I mean, star player for Flipside, Markelov there, actually went a little bit quiet towards the end of the half. I don't know if you noticed that. He had a very impactful start to the game. Maybe kind of fizzled out a little bit towards the end. The latter stages not pulling on through, I think, how they would have liked them to. Meanwhile, on the side of preparation, we saw jmqa and Arch just step up their game considerably over what we saw in Overpass. They almost look like an entirely different team coming into this on Cobble, and that just demonstrates how strong they can be on a map that they pick.
Yeah, definitely, and not allowing Flipside to actually wrap together concurrent rounds. As you look on the scoreboard there, you can see Flipside's only 3 rounds, apart from the original 5, with the first couple of buy rounds of pistol, and the first buy allowing them to get all these anti-ecos, or I guess anti-forces in this match. We did see the 3 rounds from Flipside that they did get after the first 5 just be so staggered out with 2 rounds between them. So obviously clear that preparation forcing Flipside into a lot of ecos, not allowing them to wrap together a lot of rounds as well. So I mean, maybe that had some kind of hindrance not only for Flipside's performance, but also to allow preparation to secure so many rounds there on that first half. But let's see if they can make it count in the second half, because of course Flipside going onto this T side, they won't be ecoing as much, because there's going to be a lot more potential to get money, not only with bomb plants, but also guns are cheaper. Lots of variables you've got to take into account, and preparation. If we see them tilt force, like we did see them tilt force on Overpass, I'm going to be tilted myself.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're talking like full-on, 180 degrees level of tilting to the point where they're upside down, don't even know where they are, disorientated. You know the drill. But anyway, we're going to be seeing the start of the second round now, and moving into the pistol here, looking at the buys. Arch not opting to go for a kit, curiously enough. He's the player without armor, instead opting for the CZ and the nade. So they really can't afford a bomb plant here in this situation. You don't have a kit on the CT side. It's a fairly ballsy play. Let's see if they can make it work. FaceCrack's going to find one on a Markelov early on. It's going to give them the one-man advantage. Blades there to equalize things out. The Patron in the corners there to trade things back into a 3-on-3, looking for a second, and he finds it. And now it's going to go 2-on-3. Flipside relying on wayLander and WorldEdit to try and bring this one back from the clutches of defeat.
Yeah, and of course, Patron playing that bait play over towards drop down, incredibly effective here for preparation, allowing them to take that man advantage. And Flipside pushing their 2 remaining players into drop down here. We do, of course, have Patron just on the outside over towards connector, and Ubeak is going to be over on the plat as well, as we see Flipside start to initiate this push. A good damage onto Ubeak, putting him down to 19 HP, and wayLander trying to entry things up to drop him as well. Won't be able to catch him out, though. Just trying to find the right angle on Ubik. Again, going for these peaks, but not getting tagged down enough. And Ubik peeks out to drop wayLander, leaving just WorldEdit alone over towards a drop down. He needs to get a kill, but they're going to prohibit him from doing so as he tries to take the fight to them. But it's got to be all over for him, really, in this situation. He will drop one. Ubik going down, tries to follow up as he pushes out towards the site, but Patron going to be spotted out as well. WorldEdit, he's got a lot of information here, but no headshots coming from it. Finally secures a kill, but where is jmqa in all of this mess? He's not attempting to trade here and just sitting over towards the door as WorldEdit. He just bides his time and waits for the right time to at least cross towards the site and get this bomb down. It seems like he will be going for a very open plant. And jmqa just pushing straight in, spots him out, but WorldEdit, he's done the damage, he's got the plant, and he's got the money invested now for Flipside. But what? Out of nowhere, just when you thought it was completely over for Flipside, WorldEdit will manage to secure that headshot, dropping jmqa as well, and that will be a 97 scoreline. I'm not too sure what I just saw.
I think you saw WorldEdit enter his... I can't even think. Like, you know, he was just so focused there. I mean, it was Godedit. That's what we just saw.
Yeah.
He 1 versus 3'd them back into the... I don't know, something funny. It's going to go 9-7 now as Flipside secure themselves the pistol round on the T side. And as a result, they're going to buy up fairly comfortably into this. You've got 3 SMGs and Galil and an AK on wayLander and Electronic, respectively. Preparation are force buying up behind it. Armor across the board with the exception of Patron, who is, of course, saving to buy that AWP into the 3rd round of the 2nd half. And while it's looking like right now B is going to be the site of the hour, 3 players over towards here. They leave 2 over towards A to play the lurk role. Electronic spamming through, trying to find a frag. Isn't able to find anything early on. And right now, with a minute 20 left, they've still got plenty of time left to play around with here. They don't have to commit to this B play. And actually, as the bomb rotates on back over towards A, it's looking like they might go for the exact opposite.
Yeah, and you can see wayLander going to be taking that initial fight there. Spots out jmqa as well and takes him down. So Flipside. I usually think of them as the same thing. WorldEdit basically is Flipside here. Start to storm out on towards this A site. Ubik going to be over towards the default spot. Maybe able to do some damage as they start to push up a little bit aggressively, favouring this 5-7 in the close range engagements. And they will eventually need to get this bomb down here if preparation don't peak. So you can see they're biding their time, waiting for this player on the site to actually do something. Ubik, he still hasn't been challenged here. Patron pushing in through the door, does get 1 damage as well onto Blade, but finally Ubik going to peek out and give away his position as he drops WorldEdit there. It's going to be a 2v2. Markelov wrapping round towards the balcony, and Blade, he is going to be extremely tagged up with the bomb there. So suddenly things are looking a little brighter for preparation, but not aware that Markelov has pushed himself in towards the door there, and there we go. That's going to be both kills. Just sprays down the second onto Ubik, and that will be at Flipside 10-7, but that could have been around for preparation. Dangerous territory there for the CTs.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, you know, they were very close to securing it there at the end. Sadly, Ubik's going to fall, and it's going to go 10-7 in favor of Flipside. 3 rounds now between these 2 teams, and preparation not opting to force. So they abandoned the strategy of just relentlessly forcing until their economy grinds to a halt and they have to borrow loads of money from other sources. Instead, actually opting just to take the eco for once. And let's see if this is going to fare well for them into the next round. Sadly, this is going to be a little bit of a throwaway here. They're going to try and do some damage. And for Flipside, it's a potential to build up a nice bit of bank. While that it's got the Mac-10, Markelov's able to find 1 as well over towards that B site on a facecrack. And it's going to go 3-on-5 here as they secure themselves a 2-man advantage early on. They leave WorldEdit, Markelov and I believe that's Electronic over towards B to try and make some noise, prevent the rotate from coming in on towards A, and it's worked flawlessly here, as you can tell. All 3 players still over towards that B site with Bomb going down over towards A.
Yep, Wonga.com cutting off the bank accounts of preparation. They're going to be having to go for this save, and it's not going to be too effective for them. A couple of P250s out, Patron's not going to be buying anything, and pretty much a guaranteed round here for Flipside, and maybe even a flawless one. Patron may be able to catch out WorldEdit unless he checks the angle, but he will do so, pre-firing as he runs straight through, drops another 2 players, and there is going to be only 1 lone CT left. That's going to be Ubik. And he's stuck over towards the B site as well. So a flawless round it seems so far for Flipside, and it may just go that way, but Ubik going to be trying to challenge the fight, peeks out, lots of damage onto him, and finally gets taken down from WorldEdit. 4 kills in the bag for him. Mac-10 money inbound, you can see he's on 9k there, so the AWP isn't going to be too far out of his reach. We do see the buy come out from the preparation side. They got the AWP and Patron and full rifles across the board as well, so not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, WorldEdit nets himself a cool and collective $2,400 there with the Mac-10, and that's going to allow him to buy it very comfortably with the AWP into this round. The money on the side of Flipside looking incredibly strong, and now it's preparation's chance to finally answer back. You have the AWP up on Patron, rifles across the board, and a good bit of utility as well, but no kits on the side of the CTs, and as a result, they can't really afford to let this bomb go down and give Flipside an edge into this round. We're going to be seeing 3 players from Flipside over towards A as bomb making its way actually into connector, so just kind of playing the midway point right now, very passively. Haven't dedicated themselves to a site just yet. And it's looking like potentially we could see that change up as WorldEdit's going to rotate through onto B, backed up by wayLander. 4 players here now stacked up. And I think the plan is they're going to let WorldEdit try and open things up for them here.
Definitely so, and flip side, they are going to be making their initial push out towards B. Patron going to have to do some massive damage to this orb, but the Molotov forcing him out of position. They will spot him out as a flash comes in. He's not able to do a thing, and Electronic dropping him, wayLander following up onto Ubeek, and no defense here from Preparation as their 3 remaining players are yet to rotate in. You can see they're just instantly going to go for this save as the bomb goes down. No point throwing away these rifles, of course. The lost bonus is going to come into play, so they will be able to drop these rifles in the next round and buy up their own to their remaining dead teammates. And of course, a round going to Flipside. Once again, a 12-7 scoreline it's going to see as Flipside they attempt to chase down these remaining rifles.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have the economy for it. They don't want Preparation to start to build up any sort of bank on the side of the CTs. They know that if they take these guns off of them, next round is going to be very rough indeed. And 3 players saving would be a monumental difference here for Preparation. It would allow them to force buy up into the next round. Even if 2 of them really were able to keep a hold of these rifles, 3 is just an added bonus. But as Electronic peeks on out, finds one in an arch, jmqa's going to try and come in for the trade. He's able to get 1, but Electronic finds him, and now it's only FaceCrack left alive here with that M4. He's only got a flash as well. And not too much to work around with here. So, I mean, are they going to force buy? That's the question. Doesn't make sense for them to do it on paper, but it hasn't made sense for any of the times they've done it on paper. So you never really know with Preparation here. They are actually going to do the same thing and opt to eco, but then Arch, okay, they buy down to 2,000. I can deal with that. That's fine. So it's going to be a little bit of a quasi-buy here. You've got the M4 up on FaceCrack, and then pistols across the board, backed up by some armor.
Yeah, so nothing too special here from the prep side, but still some potential to actually pick up a round here against Flipside, as we do see Markelov doming that MAC-10 there to try and get some economical benefit from it. Of course, some early damage to Preparation, as we do see Electronic start this entry out on towards the site. FaceCrack's going to be over towards it as well, so he may be able to stop this push, and he will do so, dropping Electronic as well. Getting tagged down in the process, he should be dropping this rifle to another player, but it's not going to matter because WorldEdit just executing him as there as he entries on towards the site. Takes a second as well, drops Arch, goes to the 3rd over towards Patron. He will land it as well. That's going to be 3 entries. Massive work here for WorldEdit, and 2 players remain for Preparation. A non-viable situation, to say the very least.
Yeah, and potentially a parting gift here for jmqa as he finds one on a Markelov. That's going to yield him the MAC-10, probably the worst gun they could have secured from this. And in the process, jmqa's actually going to get tagged down to 11 HP by WorldEdit through the wall, because he doesn't need vision on people when he shoots them. He just kind of needs to have a rough thereabouts idea, and his WorldEdit's intuition just allows him to find the frags anyway. He's already got 3 to his name, and I think he's a little bit hungry for the ace here. Sadly, jmqa is going to fall to Blades. That's going to get blocked out, and it's all going to be on Ubeek to try and clutch this one out. 1 versus 3. He's got a 5-7, not too much to lose, so I think he's just going to try play for some exits, try and save something into the next round. But ultimately, it is a lost round anyway, and anything they can take into it is going to be good, but they have enough money to buy on the cards. So it's not going to be too detrimental here if Ubeek does fall.
Yeah, but he's just going to go back off, save the armor, of course, going to be important, and not able to get a rifle on the exits. Flip side, they send all their players over towards B long anyway, so nothing too dangerous. Bomb will go off as well, and flip side 13-7. We're reaching very dangerous territory with each round that flip side get. It's getting further and further away from Preparation to actually secure this one. They're going to need every single round pretty much here. Flip side only need 3 more to secure the map and 2 more to secure overtime, of course, so double AWP is going to be up for Preparation. This is where things switch up. We've got the CT double AWP, obviously not as viable on the T side, which is why we won't be seeing it here on flip side, but Preparation going to be going for it, and I'd love to see some kind of some AWP play pull out a round for them, because they really do need it right now. And we will see Flipside just set up outside of B once again here. Maybe a potential fast push as they start to send the players over towards long. Electronic already going to be all the way pushed up towards the corner and setting up the smoke as well. So maybe a very early smoke take here from the T side.
Yeah, they've gone very aggressive early on here. Patron's going to be the one to try and answer this first, playing in from Coop with the AWP. It's going to get flashed out of position. As a result, they don't know where he finds the collateral onto Electronic and wayLander, and that's going to shut down this push. Bomb gets lost on the site as well. WorldEdit has to try and return this frag now, and while the smoke's going to play into it, it just gets smoked off, trying to find him through it. It's going to yield that frag as Patron falls. It's going to be a 1-man advantage now in favour of Preparation, but they have the bomb. WorldEdit, he's got to go far to try and make this work. He finds a second on the board. And now Arch trying to put this back in the favour of Preparation. Not going to be the case as Blade tries to equalise things, but then jmqa comes through. 2 frags with the AWP in hand, and the double up setup actually paying off there for the CT side.
I did just say I wanted to see something good with the AWP from preparation to try and secure themselves around, and I mean, my prayers paid off their preparation, able to take an 8th one on the board, only 5 more behind Flipside, and of course they are going to lose a lot of rifles in that round, so not able to continue with the double AWP setup, but they still do have the AWP on jmqa as well as Patron. He's going to be down on a FAMAS, the rest of them up on rifles as well, and jmqa, nice start to the round, dropping WorldEdit. That's a key player on the Flipside side as well, so instantly going to be dominating him over towards middle, and of course, Flipside now going to be down a man as they do split back over towards the A site. Bomb joining them as well. Typically not the best idea to push up towards an AWPer, but they clearly want to get a bit of revenge here as jmqa is going to be holding back the line over towards long, dropping wayLander as well. That's 2 so far this round. And the mid-split going to be coming out from Flipside. We do have Blade just charging straight out through the smoke, and Patron trying to hold things down. Doesn't realise he's backed off, but Blade, he's so restless. He doesn't know what he's doing. Back and forth. It's like he's schizophrenic here as we do see this push from Flipside up towards long. jmqa still in position to hold it down.
Yeah, they do have a 2-man advantage over the Flipside T-side now as they start to make their way into sight. jmqa as well, nearly landing a second collateral of the night. Electronic just seems to attract these bullets at the minute. And well, he's going to be 15 HP. Arch finds one on a Blade as well. And Electronic might want to consider changing his name, as it appears to be he's more, you know...
magnetic.
Yeah, some sort of magnetic here. Is bullets just seem to be attracted to him. 15 HP, trying to save this rifle. Might be able to land one into jmqa, tags him down. And that's not what you want. Does pick it up in the end. But there to try and trade things out is going to be Arch, and well, he's going to opt to fall back, doesn't want to risk losing any more than he has to. They're going to instead wait for facecrack, who's 100 HP, to come through with the FAMAS. Less of a loss here, but Electronic's going to find it. Now it's 1 versus 3, 25 seconds left, and well, it is El Patron who's pushed up in from behind in mid. He's still got the advantage on the Flipside player now as he tries to make his way up towards long, grabs himself an AWP for his troubles, looks to run away. Patron's going to hear this one out though, and he might not be able to take this AWP with them into the next round.
Yeah, but I think at this point, Blade needs to turn to Flipside and go, guys, it's better to walk next to each other, not in front and behind each other, because every single round they're just getting double killed or double damaged, and really not a great situation. But Patron going to be pushing up over towards long, completely silent there, finally finishes off Electronic, drops the AWP as well after the time, I think, so he's not going to bring that loss bonus into the round. Yep, I'm corrected that, so that's quite unlucky here for Flipside, but still they're going to be able to go for the buy. Of course, he's going to be able to get a drop for that rifle, and we will still see the full rifles as well as the AWP on WorldEdit as well as preparation. They secure their single AWP on jmqa, not on Patron this time, but still rifles across the board for them as plenty of utility as well.
Yep, and well, it's going to be, like you say, a fairly similar buy across both teams. 4 rifles and then 1 AWP up on WorldEdit, and then jmqa respectively. 13-9 is the scoreline currently in preparation. They're being able to claw this one back. Markelov looking to try and find a pick early on, and a facecrack doesn't land that shot, and as a result, does signal his position as well over to the CT side. They're trying to gain a little bit of ground over towards this B site. Currently it's being met with some good resistance, so utility being used to delay the push. They are going to be given the drop down and connector area though, free of charge here from preparation. That's going to yield them a lot of control of this map. They have to worry about this angle now, both on the B and A site, and as a result they rotate Patron in. And he's going to play it trying to find Markelov, who of course has dropped down. He's the thorn in their side. He's in the back line, and that's allowing Flipside to rotate 3 remaining players over towards that A site and potentially push onto it with only jmqa to try and hold it down.
Patron, he may be coming into this first engagement here, and Markelov gets ready to peek over towards a window. Instead, just going to back off safely here, but he's still crouched, not able to spot out the head. As Flipside, they're losing a lot of time here. Markelov, he either has to create a distraction over towards B, causing a rotation, or he has to hurry up and push in towards connector over towards A. But right now, look at this setup from preparation. They're going to rotate all their players over towards A here. A couple more getting aggressive over towards B. This information game is being made apparent as we do see facecrack push up, and right now, Flipside, they are going to rotate, push out on towards the A side. Markelov coming in through the connector to drop one. Patron gets taken down as well, and Arch finished off over towards balcony. Despite preparation stacking the site, it's not going to be too good for them as wayLander just jumps into jmqa, taking out the AWP and leaves just facecrack alone, but he won't get anything. Drops the bomb, and they will finally trade him out. So Flipside 14-9 here, but I mean, really good play from preparation. We had facecrack push all the way up B long, so with 30 seconds left, B long being clear, he called to his team, guys, it's not a B take, rotate towards A. Everyone moves over towards the A site, but I mean, on paper, a 4 versus 5 stack should work for the CTs, but we are up against Flipside here, so they're just going to charge in, storm the site, and kill everyone. Another great round for them, and only 1 off of match point.
Yep, and that fatal 2 words that preparation are dreading to hear, match point, is not the situation they want to let Flipside get to. It is going to be a force buy here. 5-7's a Deagle and a M4 to try and turn this around. They keep 4 players on towards B, leaving jmqa once again to try and be the anchor on towards that A site. And, well, I mean, it's looking like it could potentially work out for them here. Flipside rotate 4 players on in, looking like B might be the site of the hour. Markelov's going to go aggressive once again, down into drop-down, try and grab controller connector. Patron's going to be the one to challenge. Flash goes out, and it's going to be a very well-mapped flash, but they flash back one of their own. Patron's going to get taken down, but then FaceCrack in from behind, gets 2 frags, so a 2-for-1 trade there. And they managed to grab 2 rifles in the process. Now it's going to be a 1-man advantage in favor of Preparation, and Blade trying to equalize things out, goes in for the flash, and is just actually trying to keep these players here and not rotate off towards that A site, which, as you can see, Flipside are making their way over towards wayLander and Electronic there. But Blade, as he falls, so do the hopes and dreams of Flipside, as they lose all that presence over towards A, and now they can make a pretty educated guess that it is going to be the site in question. Electronic is going to find one. Locked in a 1 versus 3, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and jmqa's going to find him with the 5-7. It's going to go 14-10 as Preparation put another round on the board.
Yeah, double digits finally here for the Russians, and of course we will see Flipside on a bit of a low economical situation. Probably the eco coming in as they allow Prep to close the distance between these two teams, and of course, I mean, we were talking about a potential comeback from Prep. Of course, it's not come in yet, but a 12-3 half for Flipside on the CT side, now a 14-10. They've only taken 2 rounds to Preparation 7. So, I mean, say of that what you will, but I'm saying it looks very, very close here in Preparation. Good potential to bring this one back. But look at this FaceCrack, just pushed all the way up towards B-Long. This is how you get in their heads of Flipside, as he just takes the point, and not only that, but he takes the frags as well, dropping 3 players from Flipside, and instantly the round is going massively in the favour of Preparation. wayLander finished off over towards A, and that will be the round. Almost a knife kill coming out as well from Prep.
Yeah, and now there's only 3 rounds between them and Flipside, and they can almost smell victory right now, and it is very pungent. Believe me, 3 rounds between them, like we say, and a very strong buy coming out from Preparation. Flipside, on the other hand, they do relegate wayLander down to the UMP, but you know, as a sacrifice, they have a nice bit of utility across the board. Electronic going to be probably the most kitted out player on the side. WorldEdit as well, rocking the AWP for his team. And well, going to be sending 3 players over towards B. Bomb actually rotating back in towards mid, playing it passively once again. And it's all going to be down to where they get these picks to start things off. 1:30 left on that clock. And wayLander looking like he wants to try and find some long aggression here.
Yeah, the Molotov can disallow him from doing so, and the nades to follow up as well. Flash comes in, but he's still going to be able to peek after this, and of course, potential to get a pick, but they have got this double setup here from the CT side, so if he peeks in, he's going to be up against 2 CTs, and it's not going to be a great situation for him. He does have the teammate there, WorldEdit, ready to trade, and Patron going to get flashed out, still goes to the peak. WorldEdit drops the first, Patron returns fire, but WorldEdit attempting to trade it back on, but Patron, he takes 2, going to be able to grab himself a rifle as well as he backs off, so no need for a reload as Blade. He comes in for the chase here, Smoke going to go out to stop him for at least going for the push, but he flashes himself through, and Patron just holding back the angle with the AWP. Great round so far from Preparation. Patron specifically here picking up 2 kills.
Yeah, well, he's stuck between a rock and a Flipside place. Is he trying to do all he can? He's able to find a 3rd as well on a Blade. Nade's going to be able to flush him out better late than never.
Are you implying Flipside are hard?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can make that comment. But you know, I'm sure they have been. But yeah, Electronic and Markelov now the last hopes for Flipside 2 versus 3, heading in towards that B site, and it's only going to be Ubek here to try and hold this one down. Arch is in a position where he can rotate as he makes his way out onto the site as well. But Electronic and Markelov are forces to be reckoned with. Smoke's going to go out, try and lock that up. Electronic finds 1 onto Arch. He's going to get taken down by Ubek though, and in comes FaceCrack as well to cement a 12th round on the board now for Preparation. 14-12 is the scoreline, and it's getting very close, Hugo.
It is getting very close, and Preparation not going to be giving up with this one just yet, bringing it back from a huge deficit. That's 9 rounds so far on this T side, and they're not even done yet, of course. We will see Flipside go into this low investment round. They've got a bit of armor on Electronic as well as a few pistols to work with, but by and large, Preparation going to be picking up a P90 here. Arch going to be able to just spray down these Ts, and I mean, they are only, if you don't count this round, because I don't think you really should, considering Flipside are on eco, if you don't count this round, Preparation only going to be 1 off equalising it to a 14-14, and then this is where things get dicey and spicy. And talking about spicy, wayLander, what an entry. Drops jmqa over towards the A site there. That's a rifle out of the hands and tries to follow up. He will do so. Patron goes down, grabs himself an AWP for his troubles as well. And we will see Preparation rotating back in towards A. A couple of the players joining as the bomb from Flipside works his way up towards mid. FaceCrack, he has to step up massively here. And finding the angle to wayLander, going to spot him out, gets a kill as well, follows up as well, drops the bomb onto Blade. And that's going to be 2 kills. A great defense here from Preparation as it finally becomes equalized. Well, they're wrapping around the back of the site, spots out Arch and takes him down in the meantime. So it's still doable here for the Flipside team, but they are are still down on the pistols, and 2 of them not even armoured as the rotation finally comes in from Ubik.
Yeah, it's going to go 2-on-2. Ubik trying to do what he can as he rotates in from that B site. Goes for the spray, finds one on a WorldEdit, now into an electronic, and he gets taken down as well. 3 frags to facecrack, 2 to Ubik there to try and clutch that one out, and they do so. But look at how much damage Flipside did there on that pistol round. I mean, they shouldn't have been able to get away with that. It was opened up brilliantly by wayLander with those 2 Deegs. And then the rotate in as well from WorldEdit to try and cement that round. Picks up the 3rd frag of it. Sadly, unable to close it out, and it's going to go 14-13 now as a result. A relatively strong buy on the side of preparation. Flipside, on the other hand, as well. They've got a nice buy on the cards too. Orp up on WorldEdit. He's the only player with a little bit of a lackluster utility belt. Everyone else sporting pretty much everything they're going to need to get them out onto the sites here. And once again, going for this 3-2 split, sending 2 players over towards B to try and make some noise, and then leaving bomb in mid.
Yep, and it seems like they're going to be putting a little more progress over towards A at least. 3 players over towards there, 2 over towards B. Electronic and Markelov. 2 of the rifle players here for the Flipside team. Maybe able to potentially split in through drop and come in for the A take, but they have actually got 3 players set up towards A site, which is actually typically not the setup you go with. You typically go with 3 coming in through the drop down to allow yourself to at least split in towards B and get those entries if the A take doesn't work out too well. But we'll see regardless. The bomb going to be heading actually back towards B, so I'm not too sure what this setup is for the Flipside team, as they do still have 3 entries over towards A, the opposite side for the bomb, and you don't typically see the B take with the connector split coming in from the T side. But let's see how it pans out, of course. And Flipside finally making their initial push. We will see WorldEdit spotting out their player over towards the top of the van, but not going to be able to drop jmqa there. He does have an AWP of his own, and of course, Blade pushing out. The flash goes in. Patron going to be fully smoked off as well, so finally, the rotation comes in from Flipside, and then they bring the bomb back towards B, but this is going to be apparent here for preparation very shortly, because there's only 30 seconds left. They can't fake this one. They have to commit to a site, and finally the entry's coming in. Blade, he will drop the first as they storm out. Facecrack going down, and Patron over towards A drops Blade as well. So now this push comes out from Flipside. Their lurker has gone down, and we will see Electronic getting a nice entry onto Ubik. Bomb following up as well.
Yeah, it's all going to be on El Patron and jmqa to try and clutch this one out, and well, in this 2 versus 4 with bomb planted, no utility either on the cards aside from that 1 incendiary grenade up on Patron. They're going to opt to fall back and try and save. It's going to go 15-13, and they will be playing for overtime. It's so incredibly close, and to see preparation go out now and lose this in a 2-0 fashion would just be devastating, I think. So they're going to be trying to bring their A game into this. Potentially they could get picked up though, as Electronic goes very aggressive on the hunt here, spots them out, and now you can see Flipside rotating everyone in to try and deal with this. They don't want to give preparation and even so much as an inch of hope into the next round. They don't want to allow them to find any sort of advantage. Very aggressive to smoke. Electronic tries to find that frag, is going to get taken down by Patron, and that's going to be that.
Yep, save comes out for 2 of the CT players at least, so bringing some rifles into the next round here. And Flipside, of course, plenty of economy to buy up in potentially what may be the final round of the map here for them. They only need 1 more, as we just said in preparation. They need to bring back 2 for the overtime. So very dangerous territory here for both teams, of course. And we will see the AWP coming up from jmqa as well as he saves that. We have full rifles as well, so not too bad for preparation, but still, they are going to be harbouring everything they have onto this round. And Flipside going to be what looks like setting up towards the B site here. A few players going to be going for that initial information probe. So we do see Electronic start to push up long, as he typically does here on the T side.
Yeah, you got 3 players from Flipside over towards this B site, 2 left over towards A. And Electronic's going to be the one to try and open things up, playing out here towards platform. He's contesting against Ubik, who's playing this close angle with the M4 Patrons there as well. They have a nice crossfire set up and are ready and waiting for this push to come underway. But with 1 minute 15 seconds left on that clock, there's no commitment just yet from Flipside. Smoke's going to go down to try and deny this one. And, well, Flipside not looking too into this B site now. The players actually deciding to go out as I say that. So, Caster's Curse as per usual.
Yeah.
Ubik's trying to bait players out here for his teammate up towards the tree. And as the push looking like it's going to come away any second now, well, that it's the player to try and open things up for Flipside. Ubik's going to go for the peak, finds 1 frag, going to go for the second as well, and he gets it. Electronic and WorldEdit both end up falling. Markelov chimes in with one of his own. They puts it 4-on-3 now as he makes his way out on towards the B site. Flash is going to meet both of those players very triumphantly, but he's not able to find a frag off the back of it. And with this positioning, he's very much stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Markelov trying to stay alive, but in comes wayLander with 1 on the arch over towards the A site, and it's going to open things up. 2 versus 3, bomb making its way over towards A, and wayLander stuck here now in a very sticky situation indeed. It's going to find the first. It's going to go 2-on-2. Going to keep the aggression going. Ubik on 3 frags, potential for him to ace into this round. And I mean, preparation, they need it if they want to stay in this.
Yep, Blade Dugger just put out Patron there over towards balcony. You can't afford to go down early, otherwise Preparation are going to be in a 2v1 clutch here, and Patron is pushing in. The bomb will go down. The retake is on there, playing the double peek, and wayLander going down. We need to see the clutch, but oh, Blade, just when they needed it most. Flipside, they're going to take 16-13, securing that map and taking it 2-0 in the best of 2 series. What a phenomenal clutch from Blade. They line up for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was phenomenal. Preparation, they did such a good job. It looked like they were going to get back into that towards the end, but then Flipside, they just come through. They put out a phenomenal, last couple of rounds, and ultimately that's what did it for them. I mean, they take the series in a 2-0 fashion. And it was just phenomenal, Hugo.
Yeah, what do you even say? I mean, we were seeing Flipside at least do a lot of lineups for jmqa with Yorp, actually picking up quite a few. I think it was Patron actually picking up quite a few double shots with Yorp and collaterals in the previous half. But actually, at the end of the day, quite ironic. Blade finally lines up to himself, so that is going to be it for Flipside. They take it 2-0, of course, and we will have a couple more matches coming up for you guys as well. We're going to have the next best of 2 coming up very shortly. That is going to be Godsend versus Preparation. So Preparation already struggling against Flipside. What are they going to have to do against Godsend, to be honest?
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky situation indeed, but all that good stuff is coming up very soon, so be sure to stick around. For the time being, I have been just Harry, and I'm joined by Hugo, so we're going to be back in a minute, I presume, if we're going to go to a quick break.